time. Let's go! Let's get the energy! My name is Brian Beck. I'm your host of the Free Show Entertainment. And as a fellow Korean American, I'm very proud and happy to be performing for you guys. So thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoy the show. Like I said, my name is Brian Beck. That's my English name. My Korean name is Baek Hong-chan. Any other Becks in here? Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. Yeah, I had a lot of nicknames growing up. Like one time in Hangul, I introduced myself. My name is Hong-chan. Some kid in the back was like, "Hey, Dong-chan." You don't speak Korean. Dong is exactly what it sounds like. Shit, it's just shit. I also had a nickname for my parents growing up. They used to call me Ya! You guys ever get that one? Ya! I was like, Mom, I'm 6 years old. I have no 정신 차려. I'm just eating macaroni, watching TV all day. I'm not a real person. You know, it sucked. My parents were scary, man. My parents, they just had that switch from like upset to nothing ever happened, right? I'll be at home, they're yelling at me, and all of a sudden we get a phone call. 여보세요? 네, 선생님, 네. 7시에 먹어야 돼. That's when you knew you were screwed. My parents, like, they're mean to me, but I was a bad kid, man. I was a bad kid. And to this day, I've never won an argument with my parents. Like, even when they give up the argument, I've lost. And this is the difference between American kids and Korean kids, I feel like. So, American parents, when they're like, fine, whatever, we give up. Do whatever you want to do. That's a victory for American kids. But for Korean parents, we're like, 됐어, 그만둬. 네가 하고 싶은 대로 해. That was terrifying. You know what I mean? She's like, no, please do, but no, I'm sorry. Come with this, no. Let me tell you about myself. I was a very fat kid growing up. I'm sure a lot of you could relate. But it was a special kind of fat because I had the chubbiest neck of all time. I swear to God. It was like a choker, but made of blubber, alright? It was just nothing, alright? By the time I was like 10, I still had this thing. So my parents thought it was a thyroid problem and took me to a doctor in Korea. Because like Korean parents only trust Korean doctors for some reason, right? And then we get there and this dude just has no filter. As soon as I walk in, he's like, wow, you look like the Michelin Man. Wow, that is a tire dick if I've seen one, right? But the thing is, I was 10 at the time. I didn't know who the Michelin Man was. I had to Google him. I thought it would be like some cool superhero or something. You know what's worse than getting roasted is figuring out that you got roasted. That sucks. So growing up, I read a lot of Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. Any Harry Potter fans here? And I still like Harry Potter, but now that I'm older, I think I'm realizing it's kind of screwed up that J.K. Rowling named the one Asian character Cho Chang. Because that's just two Korean last names put together. That's not even a name, that's like a sound effect. Cha-ching, right? That's why if I ever write a book, I'm going to make all Asian characters and then name the one white guy Bush Cheney. It'll be the same story as Harry Potter, but in the end they invade Afghanistan for whatever reason. The magic blue. You know, if they ended up publishing Cho Chang, I just want to know what was in the first draft, right? Her editor's like, yeah, this is good, but you named the Asian character General So's chicken? I don't know why you thought that was even a little appropriate. I take a lot of Ubers in Chicago, but I realized that I hated when Uber drivers asked me for directions. You guys ever deal with these geniuses? Like, one time I got in a car and this driver kept asking me what exit to take, where to turn, and his reasoning was, well, I've never been to this place before, so I feel like you should be helping me. I was like, wow, you've never been to this place before? You should call us an Uber right now. We'll cross our fingers and hope this guy's been here before, right? Also, what kind of an excuse is that? I've never been here before. How did you get to my house then? What? I don't understand. I don't think I'm being mean, right? I think I'm paying this guy money and expecting him to do all the work, right? Because driving is the easy part. It's the knowing where to go, not ending up in Evanston. That's the hard part, right? That's like if you ordered food at a restaurant and the chef came up to you and was like, all right, you got a recipe, bro? What? What kind of business do you think I'm running here? my name is Brian Beck. Let's keep that energy going for your host.
Welcome. This is the 2018-2019 Korean Students Organization Annual Culture Show. Our show this year is titled Soul Searching. And thank you guys all so much for joining us here tonight. So how's everyone doing? For those of you guys who joined us for dinner, how's the food? Perfect. It's great to hear. So Chungbu Market, all the way up in northern Chicago, does all our food things for us. They do all the catering events we do, like IFF and the RSO Pollock, stuff like that. They always do an amazing job with all the food, and we're super thankful to have them on our side. So my name is Jeremy, and I'll be your host for tonight's show. And even though it is midterm week and it's absolutely blistery cold outside, I'm so glad to see Mandela Hall filled. So many people here. It makes me so happy. And we originally first started writing the script and the draft for the show all the way back in the summer before this year. So we put a lot of work and time into it, and we're super proud to be able to show you guys all our work in progress and finally the completed product today. And before we begin, I'd just like to mention a few just like ground rules and things to remember. So you guys are welcome to take like pictures and videos and stuff. Actually, we hope you guys will like take Snapchat videos and pictures and send it to all your friends who didn't come so they know what they missed out on. But please put your phones on silent, as well as don't use any flash photography at all. And I hope you guys ate your fill during dinner tonight, because one of Mandel Hall's rules is that there shouldn't be any food or drink in the hall. So I guess if you smuggled stuff in, there's nothing we can do, but you know, try to respect that. And also remember that the performers performing in our show today are all students just like you guys. So some of them signed up to perform in our show without having any previous experience at all. And so this is their first time standing on stage, so please treat them with respect, just like you would any other performer. And, well, I've talked for long enough, so please sit back and enjoy the rest of the show. We have an incredibly fun night for you guys. Thank you so much.
The sound is not. So I feel like I'm just gonna have to stand here the entire time and hold this down.
Really?
Yeah. Because when I, like, every other time I've done it, it's, or like I just release pressure kind of. It's like, yeah, see. It's not too.
Crepes.
Yeah. Oh, is this fun?
Alright, sorry about that, guys. Apparently we have some technical difficulties back on in the booth, so I'm back for round 2, even though, yeah, the sound wasn't working on the board, so we're trying something out. I don't know if you guys have seen the board back there, but it's like super complicated. I once touched, in rehearsal, I touched one of the buttons. He's like, turn on mic 1. So I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, I look on the board, I look on the left, there's like no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like mic numbers. So I was like, okay. So he's like, go to the right. So I go to the right side of the board, and there's a preset 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 going down the board, right? So I was like, okay, mic number 1 needs to be turned on, so I'm just gonna press this button. So I press the button, and then suddenly the board, things on the board, they start moving by themselves. And everything pulls at the top, and like music starts blasting. I'm like, what is going on? And then I get yelled at, and yeah, I'm never allowed to touch the board ever again, so. Okay, I got the thumbs up signal, but thank you guys. Please enjoy the show. And thank you.
Excuse me?
Hey dude, do you remember that time when you called me like a couple days ago and then what happened was you called me and explained that you won a lottery ticket? Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Great memory that was. Yeah, it was amazing. And just yesterday. And then when I got really excited, I kind of like screamed a little. Yeah, we did. I was like, exactly. But we also, you remember how the trip turned out to only be for one day and we got ripped off? Yeah, so I mean, we should probably just go catch our flight anyway, but yeah, what a good memory that was. No, good times, good times.
Should I just start off?
But anyways, the next part of the story is supposed to be that, unnoticed by our unfortunate protagonists here, the email displayed in small font a footnote message that the duration of the trip is only 24 hours. Ticket confusion and a long 14-hour flight across the globe, our heroes start their day bright and early at the new Terminal A at Seoul Incheon Airport.
Oh man, that flight was so long. Dude, why can't American flights have cup noodles like Korean Air? That was amazing. Hey, I think that's our guy. Should we go say hi? Yeah, let's go. Hey, nice to meet you!
Alex Phillip. So nice to meet you. My name is Yoon. I'm your tour guide for the duration of your stay.
We got a lot of things to see, so let's get going.
Sure.
First of all, though, welcome to Seoul, fourth largest metropolitan economy in the world, capital of South Korea, home to nearly 10 million people. Do you guys need to exchange US dollars to Korean won?
Oh, that's okay. I don't have any money.
Sam, I have $10.
Let's get going then. We've arrived at Gwanghwamun Square. Now, as you can see, there's a historical statue behind me. That is Admiral Lee Sun-shi. He's most famous for his victories against the Japanese in the Imjin War, and his most famous battle is the Battle of Gyeongyang. That's where he defeated 133 Japanese warships with only 13 of his own. He didn't lose a single one.
Holy shit!
Now, the next statue you see behind me is King Sejong the Great. He's the fourth king of the Joseon dynasty. Now, he's most notable for his accomplishment of inventing the Korean language, Hangul. Now, before Hangul was invented, we actually used Chinese characters for Korean words, which meant only the elite could use them. There's 24 letters in total, and it's a major cultural achievement. There's actually a national holiday for Korea every year. Let's go to Gyeongbokgung. It's right across the plaza.
Sure, why not? Yeah, we need free. Alright, let's go.
So you guys are probably wondering, what exactly is a hanbok? Well, hanbok is a traditional dress that's pretty much only worn during formal occasions. Things like ceremonies, weddings, anniversaries. They're characterized by their vibrant colors. Also, there's simple lines, and most importantly, no pockets.
And they even have no pockets. Whoa.
You sure you want to go with that one?
No, I'm actually really digging the look. You know, it's flowing, there's a nice breeze down there. That's pretty good. Don't you think?
Well, let me introduce you to Gyeongbokgung. This is one of the 5 great palaces that were created in the Joseon dynasty. This actually happens to be the biggest, and it's where the government was actually run from. A lot of it was destroyed by Imperial Japan in the early 20th century, but we've rebuilt it as is. I actually heard that they're having a performance here next to Gyeongbokgung Gate. Do you want to go check that out?
Yeah, let's totally do
Let's
it.
go!
This way.
So up next is Kung, Chicago's premier traditional drumming group. So Kung is a traditional drumming RSO here at the university, and they specialize in tamunori, and they seek to perform and share the art with the rest of the Chicago community. They meet every Monday at 6 to 7 p.m. in the basement of Ida Moyes Hall. So please let's welcome Kung. so much to Koom for the amazing performance. And up next, we have our own very special Juliet Lee, who will sing in Kabo. Kabo is a very unique genre of Korean music. It started all the way back in the 1920s, where Korean music started to adopt Western beat, lyric, and art songs and help adapt them into their own poems. Then, after liberation from Japanese rule in 1945, these Korean lyric and art songs were then favored by a new generation of musicians who were classically trained in musical colleges around the nation. So Julia will be singing a song called Kune, which means swing in Korean, and this particular song first premiered in Korea in 1948. So up next, we have Julia in Kune.
Wow, those were some incredible performances. We were really lucky to see that. I'm hella sad that we're only going to be here for one day. But you know, I have to admit, we've learned a lot in the short time that we've been here. Where do you think we should go next, Mr. Tour Guide?
Let me think. If you're looking for souvenirs, then Inzamo, that's a great place to go to.
Alright, let's go. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, there's lots of souvenirs. It's actually a historic district. They have tea houses, art galleries, great restaurants, and it's only one subway stop away, so you can get there.
Okay, why don't we go?
Oh, souvenirs!
Yeah.
Oh, let's get some for the other KSO members. I'm sure they'll love it.
Yeah, I know, but who to get them for? You know, KSO is really a growing organization, so there's so many people in the festival.
Hey, why are you so cheap?
Wait, guys, don't you have to return your hanbok in like 10 minutes?
Oh wait, he's right. Wait, how did you know that?
Don't worry about that. You don't want to get hit with the late fee.
You right?
I really can't keep it. I was just getting used to it. Alright, fine. I guess we should go.
Yeah, let's go.
We'll be back.
Well, sorry folks. Students these days sometimes don't have their heads on straight. It's kind of like when you're in midterm week and you're kind of dying. That's the... Anyways. So I actually bought some gifts too from Korea, and so as we wait for them, I prepared a small trivia game to ask the audience here to see if you guys have been listening to our friendly tour guide Yoon. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the question, and then the first hand I see in the crowd, I will call on them and take a stab at the question. And if you get it right, then my lovely assistant Rachel will come with a small prize for us, and it's yours to keep. Alright, so the first question I have for all of you guys is, during the Battle of Yongyang, how many ships did the General Yi Sun-shin lose to the Japanese? Yo, I saw you first. I will pick you all the way in the very back corner. To the right. Yeah. Zero is correct. Every round of applause. Perfect. Alright, the second question I have for you guys is, how many letters does the Korean alphabet have? I actually saw you first. 24 is correct. That's very good. The third question I have is, what is one thing that Korean hanboks do not have? I saw you in the front here. Pockets. Pockets is correct. And final question here for this little tiny segment. And in what dynasty was Gyeongbokgung constructed? I saw very back, all the way back there. Joseon Dynasty is correct. Very good. So that's all the trivia we have for now, but stay tuned because during the intermission we'll be raffling off our 2 smaller gift baskets as well as our grand prize basket. So thanks for playing, and now back to the show.
Oh boy, well, we finally got changed. Hey, where did our tour guide go?
That's weird. I thought you told him to wait.
Did we lose him? Oh, there he is. Well, thanks so much for waiting for us.
No problem. It looks like to me that this group is hungry.
Yes, starving actually.
Why don't we go to Myeongdong for lunch?
Okay, sure. Let's go.
Myeongdong's a great neighborhood. It's on the northern side of Seoul. It's popular for both tourists and just for Koreans in general. They sell lots of stuff. You can see cosmetics, fashion shops, gift shops as well. There's so much to do here.
Yeah, wow, there's also so many people and vendors with like K-pop merchandise. I bet even that card over there is probably a K-pop celebrity.
Yeah, that cutout's kind of cute actually. No, we shouldn't be focusing on that. Look at all this food there is. There's tteokbokki, there's dumplings, there's rice cakes. Oh my goodness, there's even baked cheese. Since when is that a thing?
I don't know, but wait, there's even ice cream, cotton candy, and Korean
Oh my
bokbang filled with red bean too?
I'm gonna get some.
Well, you guys are right about Myeongdong having a lot of K-pop stuff, but recently there's been a trend in Korean hip-hop as well as the urban dance scene. When you're in Myeongdong, you can see random street performers. Sometimes even a flash mob will appear.
A flash mob. Flash mob?
Yeah, sometimes.
Here one comes!
Hey,
Damn, watching those guys really makes me want to dance too. No, but I only remember this one Korean dance that was really popular. It was like Gangnam Style or something. It was like something like this. Stop. What? And
That
like
would be so embarrassing, dude. What if people saw you?
I don't know, it was pretty good.
So, you think we could go to Gangnam?
Yeah.
Well, Gangnam itself is extremely huge. It would take multiple days to tour. But I can tell you a little bit about it if you want.
Sure.
There's the SM Town Museum. That's a great place where you can get SM entertainment stuff and attend a virtual hologram concert. There's also the K-Star Road. That's where you can see miniature figurines of every single K-pop group. There's also Apgujeong Rodeo. That place has lots of great bars.
Now that's more like my scene.
Yeah. So I don't think we'll be able to go to Gangnam though.
So, where do you recommend instead?
I think we could go to Hongdae. That's short for Hongdae, which means Hongik University in Korean. One word of warning though, it's always super packed. So I think we'll have to take the subway there.
Alright, let's go.
That's everything we got for the first half of our show. And so we've reached our intermission here. It's just going to be a short 10-minute intermission. But if you check the time right now at 8:25, we'll be announcing the winners of our raffle. So there will be 2 gift baskets as well as a grand prize. So if you guys want to go buy tickets right now, there's still a chance. All the proceeds go to ENOC, which stands for Emancipation and Empowerment of North Koreans. So be here for 8:25 and we'll announce the winners. And thank you guys so much. So stay tuned because we have a jam-packed second half. Thank you guys.
So this is Hongdae, huh?
That's right. Welcome to Hongdae. It's a young, vibrant neighborhood. At night, it's the best place to go clubbing. And during the daytime, you can actually see performers, and they're hoping to get scouted by K-pop companies. Hold on. What's that? According to this pamphlet, today there's a student group performing some kind of K-pop tribute.
Oh, we should definitely go check that out, right? Yeah, let's go.
Now you might ask, what exactly is K-pop? K-pop, which is short for Korean pop, is a popular music genre now that has taken the world by storm. Most acts in K-pop are done by groups and are known by their incredible visuals, amazing singing, and precise dancing. So the origins of Korean pop can be traced all the way back to the late 90s and the early 2000s with the start of the Hallyu wave. The Hallyu wave is the proliferation of Korean culture around the world. It originally started in Asia, then spread all across the globe. So early K-pop artists included the likes of Swateji and the Boys, H.O.T., G.O.D., and solo artists like Hwa. Then they were followed by the second generation of K-pop idols, which include Super Junior, Girls' Generation, TVXQ, Wonder Girls, 21, and Big Bang. So today we're going to start our journey right in the middle of what is known as the golden age of K-pop. From 2009 onwards, K-pop hits would reach all around the globe, and we would be launched into the modern age of K-pop. So now I'm introducing a KSO special, The Evolution of K-pop.
Cha
describe how amazing that was. I'm definitely making a Spotify playlist with all of those songs on it.
Yeah, I just wish we had more time to go to a concert or even a culture show.
Culture shows are amazing.
Unfortunately, you guys don't have that much time. So there's a couple more stops that I want to take you to. One of them being the Han River, where you can have chicken. That's fried chicken and beer.
Oh, that sounds great, dude.
Yeah, let's go there.
Sure, why not?
So first up, we have Jimin and Mason, who will be singing Instagram by Dean. It's a tune about guitar and synth keyboard, and all the beats are made live on stage. So up next, we have Jimin and Mason with Instagram.
Instagram,
So up next, we have Catherine and Jay, who will be singing Jay's claim to fame is that she once appeared in a Beyonce music video, and Catherine turned down a professional career in billiards to come to Chicago. So up next, we have Catherine and Jay in 2 meters. So, anyways, up next, Elisa in I'm in Love.
사실은 처음 봤을 때부터 날 좋아했다고 말하기가 내겐 참 어려웠던 거죠.